Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to deal with another lifestyle and wellness matter. This is a case where a couple is having some issues and I was trying to sort it out. Hope I did. But before I go into that, I need to say this. This channel, the advisor, I'm keeping it for things like lifestyle and wellness and other matters as such. And for the more serious, earth-shattering, hard-hitting matters, I'm keeping those serious matters for my other channel, XAVIER. And I'll be leaving a link in the description below, because coming up as early as tomorrow, there will be a hard-hitting issue telling you why the US dollar is losing its value, and that the United States and Europe, the richest first world countries in the world, apart from Russia, are going down and will become worse off than third world countries, and that anybody who have their investment in US dollar, it's going to lose its value and going to lose. And I'm going to say exactly why so you can follow it. I'm also going to tell you the commodities that you can invest in, which is like tin, copper, magnesium, silver, gold, platinum. There are a lot of other commodities that you can get involved into and switch your money from US dollars, because US dollar will soon be valueless. You heard it here first. There are nowhere else on the internet you can go to hear what I'll be telling you in that, because I want my viewers to be some of the most learned people and to be able to benefit from the advice that I will be giving. But before we get into that, let's deal with this issue, and it's called "He Loved to Enter Through the Back Door." Now, there is this girl, this lady, she's 36 years old, and she is along with a man who is 10 years older. He's 46. He's a highly professional male, and he has a very good income and a very good, solid lifestyle. They have been together for about 2.5 years. She says he's kind, gentle, generous, and attentive, and he's also a good father to her boys. In other words, she has a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old son, and he actually takes care of them. He looks after them in a sense. Like, in other words, he's like a good father to the boys. Lately, they don't live together, but he is now asking her to come and move in with him in his house. And she lives in a rented apartment. He pays the rent for it. But it seems that now he wants her to move in with him, maybe to save money, or maybe he just needs her closer. You know? So the relationship has gotten even more serious. However, she's concerned about something, and she asks for my advice. She says that things between them is okay, but the only one problem she has is that this gentleman seems to always want to go in during intercourse. He wants to take it through the back door. He wants her to take it through the back door. Now, she said that she's very concerned about that. She says she don't like it. She thinks it's wrong on several levels, but because it's what he likes, she gives in. She said that he do it more than regular sex. All right. She says he do it more than regular, the normal engagement. And she says she's concerned about that. And he seems to sometimes be satisfied with that and don't even go in through the front door at all. So she would like to know what I think about that, if I think it's healthy, if I think it's wise to continue with him, or if there is something that she should be really, really concerned about. and she wants to know if it will be harmful to her, and if she get all these questions answered, these concerns dealt with, she will know whether it's a good idea to move in with him or not. Well, my response to her is, first of all, this is a very disturbing story. Why would you engage in a practice that you hate? In the first place, you hate doing it because for some reason you're not comfortable with it. And you still continue to do it, and you've been doing it for 2.5 years. Girl, you're licky. That's the first thing I'm going to say. You're licky. Because you should never be with a person who is letting you practice something which is against everything that you stand for. That's the first thing. Now, moving on to other aspect of it. Hygiene. I'm sure you can understand that the bowels contain waste matters, right? It is where all the deadly germs, bacteria, the toxins, the viruses and parasites that inhabit the human body reside, right? And while those dangerous stuffs assist in digesting food, which actually keeps us healthy, they are isolated in this particular part of the bowel for an obviously good reason. I'm not sure I'm really not sure how I'm going to pretty this up. But so I just say it plainly as I can. Those toxins and other nasty stuff that resides in the bowels can actually kill you if they are disturbed and allowed to invade other parts of the body. One of the most common ways for a woman to contract a vaginal infection is to allow any fetal matter, no matter how minuscule, to come in contact with the kitten. Right? When I say fetal matter, I mean the doodle-doo. Even the tiniest amount can carry bacteria and microorganisms that can hurt you. Why do you think it is always being promoted as a standard practice for a woman to wipe from front to back instead of the other way around? This is because absolutely nothing that excretes from the bowels is ever healthy for the kitten. In fact, it is downright harmful and sometimes even deadly. I said that to say this. It is highly unlikely that this man, in the height of passion, will even finish with your rear end, get up and go scrub his organ with disinfectant, then put on a condom and come back to finish up with regular engagement. That, of course, would have been the only way to have avoided cross-contamination. One of the most serious things that can happen to a woman is her developing a discharge due to worms in her uterus. Yes, worms. I know it sounds horrible, but it can happen. While there can be different kind of worms and bacterial infections carried over from the bowels, the most common ones are some tiny parasites known as pinworms. They don't grow to more than half an inch, or maybe 3/4 of an inch long, and are quite tiny. But they can be, sometimes you can have thousands or hundreds of thousands of them infect the body. They don't grow big. And these are the ones that would normally, the egg let off into the woman's body, and it depends on the alkalinity of her secretions, body secretions inside of her. They can find their way up through the cervix into the uterus and stay there and hatch and grow and cause problems. Yes. Yeah, because they're so tiny. If your uterus gets infected with them, you are in for a very warm time indeed. Because they're hard to detect, and you will be actually having a discharge 24 hours a day all year round. That is if it's not even started already. Depends on if you have been infected. And dear heart, Google it if you think I'm lying. Go Google it. Your body is a serious health issue, dear heart. Google it. Secondly, do you really know the sexual orientation of this man? I mean, are you really certain he is straight? To use an analogy, you put a man to stand at the front of Buckingham Palace and bestow him free access to the entire place. He can enjoy fine dining, sleep on the finest silk and satins, sit on chair made with the finest tapestry, etc. Yet the man turn around, walk a few feet away, lift a manhole cover, and descend into the sewer where he fall asleep, comfortable among the filth and garbage. What do you think would be in such a man's mind? What I'm trying to say is this. Any man who stands on the threshold of the ultimate altar of thrill, pleasure, ecstasy, and delight, which is the kitten, yet make a deliberate choice to go and play in the pig pen next door, must be considered to be far from normal. You get what I'm saying? Hope you get what I'm saying. Personally, I think this man is a fish. For you foreigners, I think he is, homosexual. I fail to see how anyone can love that sort of activity and still be straight. After all, a back door is a back door. And any back door is a back door. What's the difference between that back door belong to a man or a woman? It doesn't matter. It is a back door and he's dressed in back door. So how you feel he wouldn't go in a man's back door? If I'm reading this wrong, if I read this wrong, will somebody please? Another point to ponder is, how would you feel if you found out that every time he bends you over and was engaging you, he was actually fantasizing about doing it to a man rather than you? It's quite possible. Maybe you are just something that he used to pretend to the world that he's straight. But it is unlikely. Chances are he has no real interest in you for you. He has interest in you because you make him look straight. You make him look like he is normal, and he can use you for that purpose and just fund you and just keep you happy, so you will stay with him for that purpose. But he's not actually interested in you. Chances are, I swear, that this man is thinking about some little young boy somewhere while he's doing what he's doing to you. So in other words, he's using your body to masturbate on your body or in your body rather than making love to you. And I'll say that. And, do not forget that some gay men will live with a woman just for profiling purposes. It is a way of hiding their true orientation from society. Their only way of attaining any gratification from intercourse with women is to fantasize about a guy that he's actually attracted to while doing it to you through the back door. And then again, here is a major issue. There's a question of the children. You have 2 boys. What kind of interaction do your sons have with him? Because based on what I have just revealed and based on what you have said about your sons, they have a good relationship. They interact very well. So you must consider the possibility that it may already or eventually will be grooming your boys into the gay lifestyle. Moving in with him might just make it a lot easier to do. My dear, no matter what this man has done for you or intend to do for you, run for your life. And I mean like right now. In an ideal situation, you would never sleep under the same roof with him ever again. But since I don't know anything about your personal income or your circumstances or how dependent you are on this man for basic support, I urge you to take whatever steps you need to take to get away from him as soon as possible. I know you're working, but you did say you were working, but I'm not quite sure your income level or your salary or if you can manage on your own. But you're just going to have to for your own health. If you are destitute and you cannot survive without him, then dig off a big money off of him and go make your own life. And finally, one final thing, go see a gynecologist. I mean, go see a gynecologist like yesterday. Tell him what you have told me, everything what you have been doing with this man. Has to have all necessary tests done that will check for every possible health hazard you might have exposed yourself to during your time with this man. Dig a big money off of him. Tell him say you're sick, you have some issues, go. And while you're making your way, do not sleep back with him again until you move out. Get the money from him to go look after yourself, because I'm quite sure something will be wrong with you. Right? Do that and get back to me and let me know what transpire. Right? Anyway, guys, like, share, leave a comment below. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to see you again in the advisor column, in the advisor channel. And also, please, as I said, there's a link over to my XAVIER channel. Go over there and take a look. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.